to order. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551.
Bob Servetto.
Here.
Pat Leatherwood.
Here.
Blanca Martineau.
Here.
Rod Mitchell.
Here.
James Moore. Raymond Salinas.
Here.
Angelica Salyer.
Here.
All right, join with me as we pray. God, we thank you for the opportunity to serve the district. Thank you for another year that is coming to be in the books. Thank you for a smooth testing season. God, I pray that each and every one of us can continue to serve in the capacity that you call us to, as well as our parents and our students. We thank you for that, and we want you to be involved in this meeting in all possible ways and allow us to make the best possible decisions to promote the district forward with what is important and what is needed. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. And some great pledge leaders.
Oh, excuse me.
You're fine.
Come on up, guys. Come on. Any elementary kiddos? Come on up and help us do the pledge. Come on, elementary. Where's Peyton? Come on,
Go get it.
Peyton.
You got it.
Yeah, you.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Great job, guys. Thank you.
Good job. Good job.
All right, item number 5, recognition of students, employees, board members, and our patrons for outstanding service and achievement. Line leaders, here we go.
All right, we're going to start with pre-K. We have Junior Juan Gonzalez. Are you here? Yay, come on. Have him come on down. Junior's teacher says he has shown tremendous growth academically. He always brings a smile to her face with his dancing and silliness. What a pleasure it's been to have this young man in class. And that's Junior Juan Gonzalez. Liliana, are you here? No, Liliana? Okay, her teacher says she has such a kind heart and loves helping others. She is sweet to everyone and shows respect to her teachers and classmates. She's a great role model. In kindergarten, the kindergarten teachers would like to recognize Hazel Lansing. Her teachers report that she is always setting a good example for her classmates. She is very attentive in class and is always a participant and helps her friends. Hazel also shows respect for her teacher by following classroom rules and doing the right thing even when no one is looking. Hazel Lansing.
There you go.
The kindergarten teachers would like to recognize Emilio Macias. Emilio's teachers report. Oh, y'all riding, come on down. His teachers report that he is a great leader in the classroom. Come on down. Good job. Miss Mary Carmen can always count on Emilio for good behavior. Emilio comes in every day ready to work hard and do his very best. His classmates enjoy being around Emilio because he is always kind and respectful. And that is Emilio Macias.
Yeah.
Eileen. Eileen's teachers report that she is very hardworking, very sweet, tries her best, encourages others, and is ready to help a friend in need. And that's Eileen Vasquez. Brian Campos. His teachers report that he is hardworking, always has a smile on his face, is a super kid, and ready to help a friend in need. And that's Brian Campos. In second grade teachers would like to recognize Peyton Johnson. Peyton's teachers report that she can find good in anything. She tries when things get hard, and she is always willing to help others. Her kind and energetic personality lights up the classroom. Her teachers are excited to see what all she will achieve in the future, and that's Peyton Johnson. Next, the second grade teachers would like to recognize Eric Padron. To all. He is a wonderful role model and helper to anyone that needs it. Eric brightens up the classroom with his positive attitude, incredible manners, and calm demeanor. We are excited to see what he will accomplish in the future. And that's Eric Padron. In third grade teachers would like to recognize Ava Groves. Ava's teachers report that she is an exceptional student who consistently demonstrates kindness and integrity. She leads by examples, always staying on task, and making positive choices while building strong relationships with those around her. Ava Groves. The elementary teachers would like to recognize Lane Shelton. He is an exceptional leader who consistently demonstrates a strong sense of integrity. He leads by example, setting high standards for both himself and his peers while fostering positive relationships. Lane Shelton.
Parents, y'all can come up and get pictures too.
Right over here. And girls, y'all come over here.
What's that? She'll be all right.
Makes it easy to be off in here. Whenever you get there. You need to see.
All right, great job, elementary. Let's give them one more round of applause.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Outstanding.
All right, the intermediate, fourth grade teachers, but first I'd like to recognize Paul Aguilar Solis. That he is always ready to take on any challenge. He is above a 7th grade math level and is an outstanding student. In the future, Paul would like to be a math teacher because math is his favorite class.
Amen.
Next, we would like to recognize Skylar Bullman. She is so well-mannered, attentive in class, and asks great questions. In the future, she would like to be a veterinarian because she loves animals. Skylar Bullman. The 5th grade teachers would like to recognize Isaias Zuniga. They report that he is a very positive student. He is a diligent worker who always participates in class discussions discussion and demonstrates a strong commitment to academic excellence. He is also a reliable collaborator who works effectively with his peers. In the future, he might like to be an NFL player, and that's Isaias Zuniga. Carly Jennings. The fifth grade teachers would like to report that she is such a kind-hearted student who always likes to help her peers. She's been helpful many times this year in the classroom. In fact, she even ran a fourth grade tutorial group for those below her that needed a little extra help. She really takes pride in helping others and making sure that they understand the topic. She is such a bright student, and she is always determined to do her best. In the future, Harley would like to be a chemist or someone who studies human biology. Harley Jennings. I'd like to recognize Jada Garcia. Teachers report that she is sweet, hardworking, and always puts forth her best effort. She is a positive force in the classroom. Jada has made such progress in math and reading all year, and we can't wait to see where she goes in the future. In fact, in the future, she would like to go to Tarleton and become a pediatrician. Jada Garcia. Lastly, we would like to recognize Isel Regalado. He works very hard in his classes and is a friend to all. He is truly kind, and he has showed consistent growth throughout the year in reading and math. In the future, Isel would like to be a professional soccer player. Isel Regalado. Good job, guys.
Good afternoon. I would like to introduce our junior high Circle of Champions. We'll start with 7th grade and then we'll go with our 8th graders. Our first Circle of Champions for our 7th grade, Montse Zuniga. Come on up. Has always a positive attitude and a smile on her face. She is a hard worker who is always willing to step in and help a classmate when needed. Monza has a great sense of humor and is always working to make everyone laugh. Her positive attitude is contagious, and class is always a little more lively with her in it. She is the type of classmate any student or teacher would love to have. Monza Zuniga. Circle of Champions, gentlemen, Jaden Chavez. Where's my Jaden? Jaden always walks into class with a smile and a warm greeting. Jaden is very passionate about drawing and is always planning his next piece of work. He has made such growth this year, and it has been a pleasure watching him progress and learn. He has worked really hard to advocate for himself and ask for help when he is stuck, and because of that, he is constantly becoming a stronger student. Jaden Chavez. Our next are 8th graders. I'd like to introduce Miss Addison Smith. Addison. Consistently strives to produce high-quality work, approaching each assignment with care and attention to detail. She has a kind and gentle nature, and her friendliness makes her a positive presence among her peers. Addison Smith. Our next Circle of Champions is Mr. Luis Mendoza. truly commendable. He is a kind-hearted young man who has embraced the leadership role among his peers in 8th grade. Curious and bright, Luis approaches learning with enthusiasm and thoughtfulness. He is a joy to have in class. Luis Mendoza.
Look at me. Guys, look at me.
We'll now call our academic scholars for high school. Is Miss Candy Rodriguez here? Candy? Candy loves gardening, attending mass every weekend. You attend to 7 a.m. too? Organization, she is part of the FFA. She is vice president. She is part of WIT, her junior bake board, athletics, and she also does dual credit welding. Her hobbies are lifting weights with my second family, building Legos, is that right? And going out to eat and shopping. Sounds like fun. Her future plans are to attend Tarleton State University to earn her master's degree in animal science, and she hopes to continue the welding career that I have already started. This is Candy Rodriguez. Our next academic scholar, Adam Hymas. Adam, are you here? I told him if he wasn't here, I was going to make up for him. So his activities, of course, he's in band. He's been a member of band all 4 years. His organizations, he's part of WIT. He enjoys having opportunities to expose what he has learned and options. His hobbies are gym. He enjoys spending time with his friends and volunteering at the daycare. His future plans are a military career and going on to college as well. That is Adam Hymas.
The man. Right there. The man.
All right, our athletic scholars for this month, starting with our junior high. We have 8th grader Bailey Ann Mulder. Bailey Ann participates in volleyball, basketball, and she throws the shot in track. She is a member of her church youth group. Her hobbies are cooking and baking and playing with her chicks. Her future plans are to go to college and become a nurse.
Yeah.
Bailey Ann Mulder.
There you go.
Our junior high boys athletic scholar for the month is 8th grader Andres Gonzalez. Andres plays football and basketball, participates in track. He's part of FCA, and his hobbies are playing video games, working with his dad, and spending time with family. His future plans, he wants to play college football or track, and work as a barber, welder, or work in the oil fields. Andres Gonzalez. Hey, for our high school athletic scholars, our young lady is Kinley Pursley. Kinley is a 9th grader. She plays softball and volleyball, and she is a part of FFA where she was on the radio broadcasting team. And her hobbies, she likes to shop, ride horses, go on walks, and spend time with family and friends. Her future plans are to go to college to be a lawyer and help people have fair trials and with someone to defend them.
Scholar for this month is Senior Hayden Milburn.
And I feel really bad because it just occurred to me a while ago. I guess he and I both forgot about this. So he doesn't have an excuse. He's not old.
Hayden plays basketball and then golf and tennis. He is part of the TMCN Community Service Project Group, WIT and FFA. His hobbies are fishing, hunting, hanging out with friends and family, and playing golf. His future plans are to attend Tarleton and get a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, and with the ultimate goal of becoming a Texas game warden. Hayden Milton.
Come on up, parents. All right, extracurricular.
I was looking for one of you. Sorry, one of you. You can if you want to do it right now.
I'm Ms. Raspberry. I do FCCLA. I want to announce my students that advance to state. I will start with my seniors, which is Emma Mitchell, Abigail Merritt, and Haley Aranda. They participated in Chapter and Review Display Level 3. Freshman Sarah Smith, she did Teach and Train Level 2. The rest of them are here. Another one group was Fatima Vasquez and Zoe Soria. They did Promote and Publicize Level 2. And I don't know that either one of them are here. Also, I have Rosabelle Calderon, Adoli Ramirez, and Ureli Solis. They competed in Professional Presentation Level 2 over Mental Health Awareness.
Y'all look great.
The extracurricular for FCCLA is Emma Mitchell. She has participated in varsity volleyball, varsity cheer, varsity basketball, varsity softball, and helping in her community service class at the intermediate. Her organizations, she's a part of National Honor Society, Texas Midwestern Community Network, Power Up, FCCLA, Junior Bank Board, Big Brother Big Sister, Dublin Blooms. She is the senior class president. She was the junior class historian, sophomore class vice president, and freshman class public relations. She was public relations in NHS, vice president in FCCLA, and co-captain in cheer. Her hobbies are hanging out with family and friends on our Sunday night dinners. She enjoys listening to music or the Bible. She loves going to church and being in the presence of, oh God. I almost thought it said food. I also love playing volleyball and cheer. I have to make you laugh. We're not saying good part. Her future plans are after high school to attend Ranger College in cosmetology. In August, she plans to use her skills that she learns to help others to see the beauty that she sees in men. She She is excited to begin her career that she loves. Her also goal before she graduates is to make her dad cry.
I'm gonna win this bet.
I'm not part of the bet.
I know.
Okay.
Good job, bro.
I'm not.
Good job.
Okay,
I'm winning this bet.
FPS.
No, wait, we have.
Oh, we have another extracurricular.
Yeah, we have one more extracurricular. No, Miss Bartlett.
All right.
Kaylee Moore. Okay, my extracurricular is Kaylee Morey. Kaylee Morey, this is her first year in OAP. She was convinced to come in by one of her fellow actors, and she has stepped up to the plate not only with her with the role she played in being the evil, selfish character for our Christmas play, but also in being one of the greatest old ladies that they had seen. And so I'm actually, OAP's her only extracurricular, and she hasn't decided what she wants to be yet. Every day it's different. So, Kaylee Moore.
Good job.
Hi, Kaylee.
Oh, hold on, stop. Come back. More people. Lots of
There you go. That's it.
Okay. We're good to go with FPS now?
Let's do it.
Hi, where are you?
All right, I'm here to recognize the FPS students that qualified for state this year. We had a record number of kids. I had a full busload. My fourth grade team that qualified for state this year, it's their first time to compete, so they competed in the novice division. And Sawyer McGarvey. Grayson Garner. And Daniel Ruiz. I had a fifth grade team also qualify for state. That was Harley Jennings. Patty Johnson. And Osprey Salinas. Sixth grade, I had two teams that qualified. All my sixth graders actually. Evelyn Aker. Jaron Winburn. Elizabeth Ortiz. Nolan Gilman. Elena Kelly. Eduardo Garcia. And Emery Walker. Do you want me to get everybody up here, or do you want to do just intermediate and then do the secondary? Okay, let's do it together, right? That way, Emma. There we go. All right, at the secondary level, I had an eighth grade team that qualified, which was Eli Mitchell. Analia Ortega. Gustavo Ortiz. I took 3 of the Ortiz
quiet house that weekend. I did not have a quiet bus, but Celine Marino. Jackson Salinas. Jackson competed as an individual, which is a huge accomplishment to complete the full 6 steps of a future problem-solving booklet. And then Samuel Miner. Sam was kind of my MVP. He went as alternate for all of my teams. And when you go as an alternate, if you don't end up subbing in for somebody, they put you in a room with 3 other people from other school districts, and they have to quickly get to know each other and compete. So I appreciated Sam being willing to do that for us.
Good job, Sam.
Yeah. It's gonna get crowded. See if you can make your dad cry.
That way you're cross-eyed, huh?
And then my high schoolers, my 9th grade team, they've gone several times. They're very competitive. Jaden Metter. Tyler Nell. Josie Sanchez. And Reagan Van Bever. My 10th graders, Jaden Balvantine. Isaac Porta. Paxton Loper. Joe Salinas. Keely Lewis. th grade, I've got Mikey Resendez. Genevieve Villaro. Karen Ortiz. Jesse Morey.
Thank you.
My seniors that I'm really going to miss, Michaela Fazio. Giovanni Ortiz. And Cassandra Rodriguez. Their topic for the state bowl was surveillance. So they give us a situation 25 to 50 years in the future with that topic, and then the students have to work through a problem-solving process for it. So they did a great job.
Good job.
Push in, guys. Push in tight. Here we go.
Hang on.
Hang on.
Got a baseball name?
Good job. Awesome.
All right, here we go.
My name is Rebecca, and I am the district UIL coordinator. I was incredibly proud of all of our students that competed in UIL this year, and we had quite a few who moved on to regionals. And so I'd like to recognize them for not only their hard work, but their commitment to their topics and their events. The first one I would like to recognize is Victor Ruiz, who placed second in Lincoln Douglas debate. This was his first year. I know he's not here to receive his recognition, but this was his first year in debate. He actually started the year in a completely different debate event. And he decided after the first contest that he wanted to give a try for Lincoln Douglas, and he placed second at district. The next one that I would like to recognize is Michaela Fazio. She is also a senior, and she placed first in prose interpretation. I'm incredibly proud of her as well. She did amazing. All the judges loved her, and she had a blast at regionals. Next, I would like to recognize Addison Ivy. She placed second in poetry interpretation at district, and she also advanced to regionals. She is incredibly talented and incredibly sweet and gives her all into everything that she does, and she does a lot. I would also like to recognize my accounting team. The first I would like to recognize is Genevieve Viero. She placed first in accounting. She is not here tonight. She also advanced to regionals. She did amazing. And then her teammate Jocelyn Perez. She placed third in accounting, and this was both their first years in accounting as well. And then I would also like to recognize Mason Graves. Is he? He placed second in number sense and advanced to regionals. And then my final advancing was Alexis Evans in literary criticism. This is her third year on the team, or second or third year, and she is a senior, and she has advanced every single year that she has competed, and she placed first.
DHS band.
All right, so we have a contest that we have the kids go and prepare by themselves. They do get to have some help with us if they ask for it, but this is really one of those independent, very difficult music side of the band program for them to do. It's called UIL's Solo and Ensemble. We had several kids do solo and ensemble, but you have to do one of the hardest levels of solo and ensemble in order to advance to the state level. In fact, almost every kid that we took to state solo and ensemble, and we took a busload, almost all of them got a Division I rating, which is the best that you can get. And so we're so proud of all of them. But I would like to recognize the students who are advancing and will compete at state on May 25th, which is after graduation. So the first one is, sorry, I gotta zoom in on this thing. It is David Nava Rojas, and he did a trumpet solo called the Aretinian Concerto. He did a fantastic job on that, very proud of him. The next one I'd like to recognize is Jonathan Enorbwenyo. He did Marceau Symphonique by Guillaume. And then he did a fantastic job as well. We'll be advancing. The next one, which I think she is here, I think she is. So the next one is Camila Gonzalez. She picked out this piece herself and was like, hey, can I do this? And I was like, sure, I've never heard of it a day in my life, but all right. And she did a piece called Three Portraits of a Woman, which is by Ganine, and she also did a fantastic job. The judges were so complimentary of her, or the judge, and she's also, big in comparison on the, I look forward to the next several years of her competing at this level. The next one that also competed and advanced was Mason Graves, featuring a marimba solo called Yellow After the Rain, and they also loved his. This next one is a wild piece. This piece is called Pollywog's Lake Talk, which featured 4 students, so it's called a saxophone quartet. It had Holden Wiley, Jaden Rojas, Keely Lewis, this last one, it was a trumpet trio, which is called the Earl of Oxford's March, and it featured David Nava, Ross. Featured Morgan Keith. And Miguel Morales. I wish I had, the next 3 hours to brag about every single band student, because I really could. But I want to especially brag on these kids. They show up at random hours and they're like, hey, anyways, does this sound good? And it might be the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life, or it might be them trying to figure out a saxophone solo or something like that. I don't know. Weird. But it's such a really cool experience to get to teach them, because each and every single one of the kids up here, and even the ones that I announced, are just absolutely phenomenal. If you ever get a chance, which by the way, there's an opportunity this Thursday for you to come and see the band program. We have about 100. We have 182 kids performing on Thursday at 6 p.m. 6th grade through 12th grade. So if you would like to come and see, it's going to be, the entire court is going to be completely filled. We have 2 junior high bands, which is the first time that we've done that. And then we also have the high school band, the jazz band, and the 6th grade band will all be on the stage, which the stage is the basketball court, Gym 1. Good opportunity. And you'll get to hear all of the kids featured on that time. So anyways, awesome kids. Go for it.
I'm behind you.
Okay, cool.
Drop stars.
Yep.
Great job, guys. Way to go.
I did.
Okay, powerlifting.
Oh, apparently.
Coach Wood, you've only got about a couple minutes.
I go, I'm looking for.
Can't run out of gas.
I got it. Well, first thing with powerlifting, I want to thank our school board and our staff and district, and all of our staff and our community to help. And I know this comes from Coach Hardcastle to help us put on these regional meets and all this. It takes everybody to do it, so thank you. And we've been blessed with it, and our boys and girls have been blessed with it, and so it's an honor here. Is Coach Smith, come on up here, please. Coach Smith, she takes care of all them girls. I just drive the bus. All right, I'm looking. Okay. Well, our ladies right here, very blessed. Cassidy Adair, can you come up here, please? She's one of our seniors. Hey, this girl right here, we're going to miss you so much. We love you and appreciate you. And all these powerlifting parents. We got the Levi crew. We got everybody that does. Roger. We had a lot of people that poured in. When Coach Smith here, Coach Thornton, we had Coach Vaughn, and of course our leader, Coach Hardcastle. And just a lot of good things happened. But she went to state, and she got second in state and did a great job. But not only that, she broke the bench record at state, which was 310. So real positive. Great job. Candy, come on up. Candy, she came over there, and I want to tell you, she's been just faithful. I call her Miss Faithful because she's here all the time. And she came in there and did a great job at state and got PRs, personal record. She got her best and did some great things there. So that's an awesome deal. And then I got Jessup Bamber. Come up. What's up, girl? This is a little bit right here. Not really. Don't hit me. A little bit, but she's our freshman, and she went in there and went to state and got in there and battled and got third. and did a great job there. So that's an awesome deal. Give her a hand. Bailey Jackson, come on up. There you go. Bailey did a fantastic job. Came in there and got 5th and medaled. She's a sophomore, Jess is a freshman, so we've got a lot of great things to look forward to. Good job. But these seniors right here, they paved the way, and so we appreciate them in every way. A great job, ladies. Good job. Oh, I'm sorry. Great job. Way to go, ladies. Fantastic job. And we have a sophomore, Big Luis Elisario. He qualified for state and went over there, and as a sophomore, he did a tremendous job and PR'd and did some great things. As a sophomore or freshman coming in there, it's an eye-opening experience, and so he did a great job in PR'd. He couldn't be here; he had to work tonight, but so make sure you hug his neck. And all of our guys and our ladies, they did a great job. We took nine to regionals on both boys and girls, and everything was really, really good. So please give them a hand.
Coach Wood, you good?
I'm done.
Okay.
I know. I got it.
He has any room.
You got gas in your truck?
I got nothing to say. I'm sweating. You got it.
One act play.
One act play.
You get one act play.
Okay, I'm sorry. See?
Put me up. I did it, didn't I? Yeah.
No, you got up here. Get up here. Not up here. Look. Come on.
I got you said I forgot it was junior high.
Oh. They can go back.
I was coming. Okay.
This year we did a play called One Stoplight Town, which was really close to our heart, considering, we are the One Stoplight Town. And they stepped really way outside of their comfort zone. They're used to doing more heartfelt drama, and this time they had the audience rolling. And so we had, I forgot, you were silver. All-star cast of Michaela Facio, Haley, and then Malachi and Isaac, who are not here, became our all-star cast. And Peyton here, who has stepped into our sound as a freshman. Very excited. She also got outstanding tech for this year. So.
No, hey.
I tried. I swear. I tried.
Smile.
Travis, you gotta get over here and give a real smile.
Show 'em.
Areas. Track.
Come on. Hey, don't go as long as I did, please. Sorry about that. Oops. It wasn't that long, was it?
Area qualifiers on the boys' side was shot put. We had second place on 42-8 with Jaden Ballantyne.
Yeah.
In the pole vault, district champion with a vault of 14 feet was Travis Spartler. In the high jump, district champion with a jump of 6'2" was Alex Teaton.
Yeah.
He's coaching some Little League baseball tonight. And then in the triple jump with a second place finish with a jump of 42, 9 1/4. And then in the 400 meter dash, With a third place finish in 52.85 was Jaden DeLeon.
There you go, Jaden.
And then Alex and Jaden DeLeon both will be regional qualifiers as well. They'll compete this weekend.
Awesome.
At Abilene and at ACU.
For the girls, we had Michaela Hernandez placed fourth in the 1600. And then she also placed fourth in the 3200. Bailey Jackson. She got fourth place in shot put.
Job, girl.
Then we have Olivia Salyer. She got fourth place in long jump and fourth place in the 4x4. We have Kim Ortiz. She got fourth place in the 4x4 team. And then Avery Seaperdeck got fourth place in the 4x4 relay. And then Natalie Tijerina also got fourth place in the 4x4 relay. And then we have Olivia going to regionals in long jump at Abilene Christian also.
Scoot. There you go. There you go. Smith.
Very good. All right, staff recognition.
I'm up here for the elementary this evening. I'm honored to do this because when I was the principal down at the elementary, she was one of my all-time favorites too. But this is what Miss Carr wanted to share about her. She is a kind and quiet presence who consistently goes above and beyond. She approaches every task with reliability and a positive attitude, always doing what is asked of her with care and professionalism. Her love for her students is evident in the way she supports, encourages, and nurtures them each day. She creates a calm, welcoming classroom environment where students feel safe, valued, and ready to learn. Her dedication, patience, and steady commitment make a meaningful impact on both her students and our campus. Cassidy Miller.
They're going to your mom.
Alright, the intermediate would like to recognize the awesomely amazing 6th grade math teacher, Miss Alethea Thornton. Miss Thornton is deeply committed to student growth and works tirelessly to ensure every student reaches their full potential. She consistently goes above and beyond for her students, not only in academics, but in the care and support she provides each day. Her level-headed approach, steady leadership, and willingness to help step up whenever it's needed make her someone we can always count on. Ms. Thornton is truly a leader on our campus, and we are very grateful for the impact she makes on our students and staff alike. Ms. Alethea Thornton.
Sorry.
Thank you.
The secondary campus would like to recognize our junior high teacher, Ms. Susan DeCiccio. This teacher has had an outstanding academic year and her unwavering commitment to student success. Her dedication to academic excellence is evident not only in the growth of her students, but in the care and attention she brings to her work each day. What truly sets Ms. DeCiccio apart is her ability to build meaningful relationships. She creates a classroom environment where students feel valued, supported, and motivated to do their best. She understands that strong connections are the foundation of learning, and she invests the time and heart to make those connections count. This is Ms. Susan DeCiccio.
Congrats.
For our high school, I would like to introduce Miss Linda Stewart, or as I call her, MVS, Most Valuable Son. Miss Stewart brings an unmatched level of energy and diligence to our campus each day. She sets high expectations for all students and works relentlessly to ensure they are learning, growing, achieving academic success. And believe me, I chase students, she's got a leg up on me. She is Her approach is both firm and compassionate. She maintains structure and accountability in the classroom while genuinely caring for every student she serves. Ms. Stewart's dedication, consistency, and commitment to excellence make a lasting impact on both students and staff.
Amen.
Ms. Stewart.
Item number 6, consider and take action on a resolution recognizing a Dublin Citizen.
Yes.
How about some of that?
Well, I can't, and Coach Cerrito, we can't say enough about Paul and Mindy. They have devoted their life, their marriage, their career to supporting all students in Erath County, but especially Dublin ISD students. And y'all go above and beyond, Wendy, and I don't know how you cover everything that you do. You have a lot of divide and conquer, and then occasionally there are some date nights where you get to join each other and come to our event. But we would just like to say that you all are our 2026 Media Honor Roll, and we have sent your information into TASB, and I will read this. Be it resolved before the Dublin Independent School District Board of Trustees and all the individuals present that on this 27th day of April 2026, Paul Gaudet and Wendy Bagel Gaudet of the Dublin Citizen are recognized and commended, and whereas in each community the public schools are shaped by the community to provide the most appropriate and effective education for the school children who attend those schools. And whereas public schools are dependent on the community's support in countless ways, including support in setting goals for the education of our children and establishing successful volunteer and booster programs at the schools, for annual funding of operations and periodic bond elections and the election of qualified board members. And whereas much of the community's knowledge and opinions about the public schools rely on responsible reporting by the social media representatives who decide which news to share with the community, how much attention will be focused on various issues, and the tone of what the reporting will be. Therefore, let it be resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Dublin Independent School District place the names of Paul Gaudet and Wendy Bagel Gaudet of the Dublin Citizen in the statewide 2026 Media Honor Roll, calling attention to the ongoing responsible and exemplary nature of reporting on this community's public schools. We express our appreciation for your balanced and accurate approach to sharing with this community both the challenges facing our schools and the successes achieved by the teachers and the students. Your work has aided the community in focusing on the goal for providing the best public schools we can for every child who attends them. So thank you, and Paul, very much. Thank you.
Should we get a picture with you?
Yeah.
You got a picture. Taking a picture.
Don't break it.
This is fun.
Halfway then go, or?
Yeah, it should focus.
Do you know how to make us look young and
Yes.
All right. Ooh. He's kind of nice. Come on, work with me. I think we got it.
I don't have 50 pictures today.
That's the funniest thing ever.
One?
Yeah, like, wanna go quickly?
It depends, 4 or 5 usually.
So 15.
Thank you guys so much. Paul couldn't be here tonight. It was one of those divide and conquer nights. So,
Well, he
anyway,
sent the very best.
yes. Thank you guys so much. It means a lot to us.
Well, you've increased your coverage area too,
We have.
which is not just Dublin anymore.
Correct.
So, thank you for still keeping us there.
Dublin's our favorite and always will be.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I move to approve the resolution recognizing the Dublin Citizen as presented.
Got a motion on the floor, got a second, got a second by Ryan. Any discussion, all in favor? Okay, good job, just one hand. All right, good job. Thank you, Wendy. Pass it on to Paul. All right, no comments, so we're gonna go to item number 9, discussion items. What? Okay, you didn't put that on there? That'll be easy.
Yes.
Thank you.
I wanted to touch base with everyone. After the board election, we normally have our team of 8 training in June. With David Backus, our attorney, we have the option, we can go that direction again, but it can't be during the day, right? It has to be outside the
That
day.
is correct.
But if we all attend the training that's at Strawn in like the fall, October, then that can count as our team of 8.
Isn't that what y'all told me they told y'all last year?
Yes.
Yes, we've been to it.
So,
But
that
all
would be
eight,
my preference.
everybody has to go though.
Yes, yes. Can we make sure we all get there? We have to go kidnap anyone we can do that? Okay,
We'll get
okay.
it married.
So that's
She
what,
provides food.
that's what we'll, yes.
That's right, you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what we'll plan, Glenn.
Okay, I made a note of that, thank you.
Yes. Yeah. New teacher contracts that we have had the privilege of giving out so far. Jose Alamont, you all may know him. Jose is a Dublin graduate, and he is going to be joining the elementary team teaching 3rd grade math.
That'll be awesome.
Yes. Next is Bailey Allen. She has joined Callie's team on the special ed side, and she is going to be our visually impaired teacher, serving our visually impaired students. The next person is Chance Harmon. He is going to be a band director that is joining our team, and we're excited to have him. He is student taught in Cisco, so he's coming straight out of student teaching. Next, we have Kara Harris, and she is a Stephenville graduate, but has relatives in Dublin. Her grandmother lives here in Dublin, and she is going to be joining our girls' coaching staff, and she is going to teach chemistry and physics. She's a very smart young lady, yes. And she has already passed her composite science test, which is a tough test, so that tells you how smart she is. The next young man is Cade Jones, and he is going to be joining our coaching staff on the boys side and going to be teaching PE. Oh, at the intermediate campus. So he's going to keep the intermediate PE and the pre-athletics going for our 6th grade kiddos, getting them ready for junior high sports. And where do you student teach?
He's gonna be, alternate.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Teach one.
Alito, he's from Alito.
He's
Yes.
from Alito.
I was getting he and somebody else mixed up. Okay. Then we have Ella Murray, and she is going to join the special ed team at the elementary as well, and she has been a teacher in Stephenville, and so it's nice to get to steal from them every now and then because they love stealing from us. One more person that we are from Stephenville is Jacqueline Pessel. She is going to be our new instructional specialist. We did without that position this year, so we're really glad, and Ms. Thornton is really glad to have that position back, so we can have a dedicated staff member to help support our teachers in the classroom on a daily basis. She was an instructional specialist in Plainview before she came to Stephenville, and she has been teaching 8th grade science in Stephenville this past year. And the last one is Kristen Towsley. She has taught here before, and she is coming back to do 5th grade science at East Lysson's campus. If you'll have any questions over any of these, Ms. Thornton and I will be glad to answer those for you. But we're excited that we have jumped on it very quickly. We've hired, it appears to be some really quality people so far. Right now, we have 2 kindergarten, or one or two kindergarten positions at the elementary, and that's because Dr. V has been a little thief herself and stole some of Brady's kindergarten teachers to go up to the high school. Yes, there's no shame in her.
Oh. We call it the draft season.
I have a contract on my desk. He's supposed to be here Wednesday to come sign. And he is a young man from Clifton. Yes, that ag mechanics is his specialty. Yes, yes, yes. So we're excited. We tried. It's not done till they come and sign a contract, but it's sitting on my desk waiting for him. Yes. We had our last intruder detection audit at the elementary campus. And again, I have to brag on the elementary campus and all the other campuses across the district. There were no findings at all, and y'all have just done an excellent job adhering to all the safety protocols and standards, and just reminding your staff and your students, you know, to adhere to all the safety standards. Next to last, I would like for Ms. Thornton to kind of give you an update on the teacher incentive allotment. She has worked very hard and has spent a lot of time on the application. The application is submitted and turned into the state, so I wanted her just to kind of give you some highlights rather than y'all having to read a 50-page application.
So we did, as Ms. Summers said, submit our application on the 15th of April. We'll hear back from TEA on or before May 29th. If it's not approved at that time, they'll allow us to revise and resubmit on or before June 30th. The areas that our committee has selected to put forth as eligible teachers will be grades 3 through 8, reading and math, grade 5, science, grade 8, science and social studies, biology, English 1, algebra 1, U.S. history, and all SPED teachers directly teaching TEKS in reading and math. So these teachers will be evaluated based on 2 measures, and that includes their T-test evaluation and student growth. The TIA funding distribution would be 90% that is earned by the teacher through their designation would be paid directly to that teacher. 5% of that would go to the aides and support staff that contributes to the student growth, and the remaining 5% would be retained at the campus that teacher earned the designation for additional instructional support and professional development, and targeted paraprofessional support tied directly to student growth. The timeline for the TIA next year, 2026, 2027, is what we would refer to as the data capture year. So that's the data that TEA will take into consideration. And again, just as a reminder, it's 2 measures of data. It's the T-test evaluation and student growth. And then year 3, so that's school year 2027, 2028, will be when the designations are announced. And the district would issue out in the form of a supplemental pay, that payment to any earned designations by August of 2028, so the end of that fiscal year.
And that payment could be as much as, was it 33,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Which is a nice payout.
Yes. So we will report back, I would think so in June.
And we've got to brag on the committee who's been a part of helping Ms. Thornton flesh out our plan and who we're gonna, be the first cohort to go through and how we're gonna develop our spending plan. They have been an amazing group of teachers. They've had a lot of valuable insight and feedback, and it's been very much a pleasure and joy to work with that group of people. So their peers nominated them to be on this committee, and it's very evident why they nominated this group.
Thank you.
Good deal.
Okay, E is the ag barn, as we've been trying to get this all set up. We just got preliminary sketches from Prime, and we're meeting with the ag people on Wednesday after our safety audit meeting. We'll meet with them, and we'll set a date for our, what did she call that? Barn raising bash. So Wendy will have a date set probably as we look at that, maybe after Wednesday, because we found out, it took us a while to get the plans. Now that we have the plans, now we have the location, then we'll be able to start after, I think Wednesday, we'll be able to tell you where it's gonna be and then how we're gonna go about all the details as we get ready to raise this barn. So pretty excited about where it is. We told the ag teachers, got $300,000, knock yourself out. No, we didn't. We've got a great start, and we've got a little money, but we'll see what we can raise and do some stuff ourselves, and maybe get some of our former students to come back and help, do some stuff. But we're gonna pound the paper. We're gonna have a good time doing it, because I think this will be a great community event that we have. I think it should be a fun deal, because this is something that it's been warranted, it's been needed all these years. It's going to be on campus, so our kids won't have to travel. They'll be right there. They can check on their animal and go to tennis or baseball or band or whatever they want to do, and they can be right there with it.
Yes.
So do what?
They can even go to class.
Yes.
Or flower arrangement.
Oh, there you go.
I just want to see if she watches the video. So we put that in there. It'll have right now we're looking at a 96 by 90. We want to call it, an event center. It's going to be big enough to house any type of a show barn, so to speak. But the way the consensus after we talked to the ag teachers and after we visited, it's been a long process. Took us 3 years to get it in our name. Took us another half a year to get it squared up from the city, because the property line ran right through the barn and the well was on the city side. So we had to do some adjustment, get some okays from the city to block it, to make it where we could sell it. So that took a long time. And so like I said, we finally got the drones back. So we're excited for it to go. So we'll be moving on, but we'll have a place so we can have the prom there. We can have meetings there. It would be a community center type deal. It'd be easy to sweep out the sand, and then we can do whatever we want in that building. It'll be pretty neat. So short courses, anything community might want to have, and then on the other, we have 40 somewhat stalls, 20 on each side. And then 20 on one side, and so they can be movable on the other side, in case we got little guys, all right, the little creatures, all right. So we're a big creature. We can make it that one will be expandable. I'll get to talk too much, get excited, and then before you know it, then, oh my goodness. Anyway, talk to after Wednesday. So
Well,
that'll be fun.
and hopefully next month, although next month's meeting is gonna come around pretty quickly, but hopefully we'll have because we've made a few adjustments, and then after we meet with the ag teachers, we may make a few more adjustments to the plans, and we can get them back, to Prime, and they can make those adjustments and get them back to us, where we can share, we'll share it as soon as we get the final, final plans. It's very
I
exciting.
think that one might be above the fold if we talk to Wendy and Paul, since we gave a resolution. What may we I've learned that if it's above the fold, it gets noticed in the little box, when they sell the papers. Just saying, it's a term I learned. You're right. Thank you, Peter. I just want you to know I was paying attention. That's great. So we're excited. We're excited for this, and it'll be cool for the community. It really will be. All right, moving on. All right, report agenda, number 10. All right, number 10. Report agenda. Financial report, student enrollment, board training opportunities, and board training report.
And we normally attend SLI in Fort Worth, just because it's so much closer than San Antonio. And it is June 17th through the 20th. If you are interested in attending, I think Coach Cervetto's already said he's in, but if you are interested in attending, please let Glenna know. Housing opens when?
Oh, it's open.
It's open, okay. It's open.
Oh, it's
I'll need 3 nights, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'll stay. Come on, baby.
What day is it?
17th to 20th.
Of June?
Yes, yes. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday.
And y'all can let me know once you look at your calendars.
They got that ELIEC on Wednesday with that big box lunch.
I
Stale bread.
haven't seen the agenda.
Huh?
I haven't seen the agenda, but once I get it, I'll get it to you
Thank
guys.
you. Yeah, I can't wait.
I know y'all love it.
It's like, for a non-paying job, man, there's a lot of them.
We get to walk through the little water fountain.
Unless we get on at the lakes. But that's okay, to walk through the water fountain.
Yeah.
As long as it falls in. All
Or
right.
gets pushed in.
Easy. Okay, where we at? Board training opportunities, we had that one. Plus we're looking at the one going to the team of 8,
Yes.
going strong.
Yes.
That should be a savings to the.
I'll call Dwayne and see, what do you call him? And see
Probably won't
what
be
it
out
is.
in
All right. Where we at? Are we good there? Or is this where I gotta read this training?
Yes.
Oh.
All right. Since this is a mega evening. All right. We'll sleep, Coach Hardcastle. Under State Board of Education rule, completing required continuing education each year of service is a basic obligation, expectation of any city board member. As board president, I'm required to announce the name of each member who has completed the required continuing education, has exceeded the required continuing education, and is deficient in meeting the required continuing education. The requirements for training are measured as of the first anniversary of the date of the trustee's election or appointment, or 2-year anniversary of his or her previous training as applicable. There are 8 training areas for board member continuing education. Number 1, local district orientation. Number 2, orientation to the Texas Education Code. Number 3, post-legislative update to the Texas Education Code. Number 4, team building. Number 5, additional continuing education. Number 6, evaluating student academic performance and setting goals. Number 7, identifying and reporting abuse, trafficking, and other maltreatment of children. Number 8, school safety. To the extent applicable to each board member, I will announce the completion of deficiency as to required training. For members who still have time remaining to complete required training, I will announce those board members who have scheduled timely training and those who have not yet scheduled the training. At the conclusion of this announcement, I will announce any board members training in excess of the continuing education requirements. Local district orientation. No new board members were required to complete local district orientation training for the time period covered by this announcement. Orientation to the Texas Education Code. No new board members are required to complete the orientation to the Texas Education Code training for the time period covered by this announcement. Post-legislative update to the Texas Education Code. The following board members have completed post-legislative update to the Texas Education Code training: Bob Servetto, Pat Leatherwood, Blanca Martineau, Ryan Mitchell, James Moore, Raymond Salinas, Angelica Salyer. Team building. The following board members have completed the annual team building training: Bob Servetto, Pat Leatherwood, Blanca Martineau, Ryan Mitchell, James Moore, Raymond Salinas, and Angelica Salyer. Additional continuing education. The following board members have completed additional continuing education requirements: Bob Servetto, Pat Leatherwood, Blanca Martineau, Ryan Mitchell, James Moore, Raymond Salinas, and Angelica Salyer. Evaluating student academic performance and setting goals. The following board members have completed the biannual training on evaluating student academic performance and setting goals: Bob Servetto, Pat Leatherwood, Blanca Martineau, Ryan Mitchell, Raymond Salinas, and Angelica Salyer. Following board members are deficient in meeting the required biannual training on evaluating student academic performance and setting goals: James Moore. The following board members have time remaining to complete the biannual training on evaluating student academic performance and setting goals and have not yet scheduled this training: James Moore. Identifying and reporting abuse, trafficking, and other maltreatment of children. The following board members have completed the biannual training on identifying and reporting abuse and trafficking: Bob Servetto, Pat Leatherwood, Blanca Martineau, Ryan Mitchell, Raymond Salinas, and Angelica Salyer. Following board members are deficient in meeting the required biannual training on identifying and reporting abuse and trafficking: James Moore. The following board members have time remaining to complete the biannual training on identifying and reporting abuse and trafficking and have not yet scheduled this training: James Moore. School safety. The following board members have completed the biannual training on school safety: Bob Servetto, Pat Leatherwood, Blanca Martineau, Ryan Mitchell, and Angelica Salyer. The following board members are deficient in meeting the required biannual training in the school safety: James Moore and Raymond Salinas. The following board members have time remaining to complete the biannual training on school safety and have not yet scheduled this training: James Moore and Raymond Salinas. Exceeding required continuing education. Board member Bob Servetto exceeded the required amount of continual education training by 8 additional hours. Board member Pat Leatherwood exceeded the required amount of continuing education training by 11 hours. Board member Blanca Martineau exceeded the required amount of continuing education training by 5 additional hours. Slacking. Board member Ryan Mitchell exceeded the required amount of continuing education training by 14 hours. A lot of time at Rita's, wasn't it? Board member James Moore exceeded the required amount of continuing education training by 6 hours. Board member Raymond Salinas exceeded the required amount of continuing education training by 12 hours. That's your Rita buddy right there. Yeah.
For the last one.
And board member Angelica Salyer exceeded the requirement amount of continuing education training by 8 additional hours. So, great job, guys.
I'd like to say that at our where we hosted the training at our facilities and brought in people from everywhere, James and I were there. He might have missed it tonight, but he was there.
Are those hours logged in, or do we add those?
No, they're logged in. I make sure they get their hours.
Well, if you went to that, I was shooting the gun over at the track, and I still almost had the same number of hours. So, have some of that.
I was in the concession stand.
That's right. Put in the post-Oskies.
I was announcing it.
We were on campus for a long
time.
You were helping.
I was harassing
Up there.
you.
Yeah, happened to me. Same thing.
We are out of control.
You were watching.
Well, we ain't. Maybe it was 1 to 4, but they did log a 40.
Yeah, 4 hours and 15 minutes.
All right, we are on consent agendas.
Yes.
Consent agenda.
We do not have the stuff from the 4-H that we did this time last year, but we've not gotten it yet. So we'll just move those two things into May or whenever they send it.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are missing from the attachments.
You have the minutes from the previous meeting, and then there were no changes to the district drug testing policy for extracurricular participants.
Okay.
I will move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Got a motion on the floor. Got a second. Angelica. Any discussion? All in favor? Thank you very much. Passed. Number 12. Consider an act on the 26-27 ESC Region 11 Benefits Cooperative Interlocal Agreement.
Yes, these are just the supplemental things that we get for our health program. It's, long-term disability, vision, dental, things like that. And Cassie handles this, and luckily for Cassie, and I'm happy for her and her husband, they're out of pocket right now, enjoying some nice time together. But there were no major changes or Cassie required for this.
I move to approve the 2026-2027 ESC Region 11 Benefits Cooperative Interlocal Agreement as presented.
Motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
Second.
Angelica. Seconded. Any discussion? All in favor? Okay. All right. All right. Number 13. Consider an act on the 26-27 school calendar.
So Ms. Thornton and I went around and we visited with every campus. Got a lot of great feedback from the staff. Some reasons that they wanted it, some things we should think about if we get it. We covered all ends of the spectrum. And after we visited with the staff, then I just sent a brief survey out to them again, just out, because my fear was that maybe when people voted initially, maybe they weren't fully informed or didn't realize it would extend the school day or didn't realize it could change some things with the calendar. So we wanted to talk that out and make sure everybody had all the facts that we could possibly give at that moment. And so here are the results. After that, after further discussion of a possible 4-day week, are you in favor of a 4-day week? Up here. And 65% said yes, they were. 20% said no, 15% said maybe. And we had 140 responses this time. So I think we have probably some fewer responses than we did the initial survey. The next one, would you be in favor of a 4-day week? The second semester, only if the start and end times of the school day were 7:45. That was supposed to have been 3:45. I don't know why it said 3:34. It shows that was, I just now saw that, it's supposed to have been 3:45. And 62% said yes. And then I asked which calendar was most appealing to you, and we had calendar C. I think we may end up going through the alphabet this year. But calendar C was 7:45 to 3:45, and we had a normal first semester calendar. We had Labor Day off in September. We had a staff development at the end of October, because that's when we do midterms. That's when we get our first good set of data for the kids, and we kind of know, okay, here's where everybody's at right now. Let's develop a plan to guide us, from then until Christmas, until we give our first benchmark. So we thought that would be a good time for staff development. We could still get a whole week off in November and 3 weeks off for Christmas, because that was important to almost all staff, the 3 weeks of Christmas. And then second semester, you would have Fridays off. They would have to get 3 replacement days for that calendar. And the last day of school would be on the 27th. Graduation would be on the 28th. And school start would be August 12th. Then calendar D was just like the calendar that we had this year. It was a hybrid calendar where they had periodic days off throughout the year. We listened to Coach Hardcastle's feedback and we tried to put those as Fridays this year because he said they struggled with junior high kids getting to sporting events on Mondays because they can't drive, or our high school kids can't drive. And so we tried to do what's best, for our program with that. We would, the times would be just like they are this year, 7:45 to 3:25 and 3:30. We would start August 12th. You see the days in red are the days that we would be out. We would still have a week at Thanksgiving, 3 weeks at Christmas. We would have one Friday off in February. We'd still have our spring break, one Good Friday off in April, and we would get out a week earlier on May 20th. Graduation would be May 21st. And when we asked which calendar is most appealing to you, it was almost 74%, 73.6% said that calendar C was, which was normal first semester, Fridays off second semester. And if we go with calendar C, it would kind of give us a chance to explore this and see how it works. Instead of just jumping in with both feet and tasting it. Yes, yes.
I've got some questions.
Yes.
After over 13 years, I've never had as many, as many people have contacted me, come by, and expressed how the concern they have is because their children, some of them are saying, what do we do with our kids on Friday? And some of them are saying, we'll have to go somewhere where we can, because we can't afford that. And they would come in to my place of business and they'd be up there talking and they'd say, hey, go talk to us, go talk to him. So there was just a lot of this coming on. And the thing about it was they'd say, well, why are we changing from the one that we have? And no one's told me that yet. And the other thing is I talked to Gorman, they were at the meeting out here, and I talked to the president of the school board, and I said, okay, y'all went, and now you're going back. They said, well, we went because we thought that it would bring in more teachers, and we lost it. We thought our grades would come up, and it didn't. And we had people that moved, took their kids to other school districts, and they even brought up that there was businesses that were having trouble because when their wives or their husbands were off, they were wanting to go off with them, so they wouldn't put in a full Friday. So it was kind of affecting through the deal. And they said that they looked at it and said they were going to hybrid because they tried it and it didn't work. And they were saying that I think they were off on Friday. So they were having on Wednesday during football season, they were having both all the pep rallies and stuff all in one day to get it done. Anyway, so the rest of them were all standing there around and they said, yeah, it didn't work. So I don't feel comfortable about changing something that I'm getting so much feedback from and if you don't have kids, being off on Fridays is nothing, but if you're working, you got to figure out a way to do your kid. And so, why are we changing?
Well, we haven't made a decision yet, but in hopes that it would help recruit and retain employees. That's the biggest push.
Well, and that's what, and then I've heard other schools saying, well, it's a dog-eat-dog world. And said, nothing will bring your teachers in like money. Said incentives do more of bringing in teachers if they're from outside the district that didn't grow up in there, then the actual, you're getting a day off. Because you get the day off, but you still got to put in the same minutes. So you don't have that day off. And so, Gorman said it didn't work for them. They actually lost teachers. And that might have been their situation. Everybody's situation is different. But, I think that if we go 4-day, I think you'll see other schools around do it if it's working. If we're getting the teachers, they're gonna do that too. And so, so we're, all of a sudden, everybody's going 4-day and we're still looking for those teachers. And I understand in college, kids aren't going 5 days now. They're going, we went Tuesday and Thursday, or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now they're just going 4 days, and I understand that. But most of those kids are going into the real world where they're gonna have to work 5 days anyway. But I haven't had anybody come in, call me, catch me on the street, grocery store, whatever, and saying, hey, I really like where this is going. Not one.
I also had a couple of people reach out to me and say, why are we changing? It's working fine right now, and why are we doing this? So, and thanks for explaining that.
Yes. And I understand, and I'm glad that those people feel comfortable enough to reach out and express their opinion to you. But that's why we surveyed everyone after we talked again, just to see, which one you would like the best.
Well, and I'd like to say that when we're elected by the community. And I'd like to say they come in and they're just very cordial about it. They're not. They're worked up. Because right now, it's so hard for a lot of these folks to make, ends meet, and then trying, and some of them said, I've already pushed my parents pretty far keeping my kids. There's no way around it. And so they're looking for other ways, other schools, homeschooling, whatever it takes, because they can't make it work. And so, there's a lot of.
Did we get any pushback when we went to the modified?
Yes, a lot.
We did.
I always heard, I'm like, I don't understand 4 day by whatever, just either make it 4 day or make it 5. And so with anything you do that's different, you're gonna have pushback, and you're gonna really hear the negative most of the time.
Did we lose teachers when we went to the modified?
No, I mean, I'd have to look at the percentages to see from year to year, but off the top of my head, I don't recall.
Well, and
I mean, we lose teachers every year, but I don't recall a big difference.
Well, at that same meeting that we had the year before, and they said, Morgan Bill said, well, we're going forward. And one guy said, that's apple and oranges, you're 8th grade, you don't have high school athletics, different ballgame. And so you said, well, we're doing the modified. And everybody turned around, and that's why Gorman is going to modified. They like the three weeks off for Christmas and the other thing is I've heard, these kids are tired.
Yeah, they're long days.
Golly, we didn't put in that long day, and of course I will work pretty quick. I was going to lunch, but most people, these kids, I mean, they're up early. They're at school. They're there.
And that was a concern that I heard. It was very valid. That's why we took it to a different option, not a 4-day week all year, but a 4-day week second semester, and then it was only a 15-minute extension. Because that was a valid concern. You know, our kids are involved in a lot.
And I agree with Ryan. I mean, I was in the dairy business. You change the music, you have somebody walk in smoking whatever. One cow kicks that milker off, messes all over everywhere, and pretty soon they're all dead. Well, that's how society is. We don't like change, and so it was a pretty big change to go to the hybrid. I think that if it doesn't work, like what Gorman got into, then they're fighting to go back to it, which, you know, it's like, here we go again. So, I don't know. Sometimes I think this, you know. Anyway, that's my.
Well, the families that complained about the hybrid, that said they couldn't do it, it wouldn't work, they've made it work. We always will, that's just what people do. I've had conversations with all 3 campuses' parents, and it seems like every parent at the high school that I've talked to said, I think it'd be great. It'd give the opportunity for our kids to, you know, have some, you know, rest, because those kids are involved in it. But they said that the intermediate and the elementary school, like, they just don't see how that would benefit the kids, because putting them in a classroom longer in a day doesn't seem beneficial. And so it's to each their own. Every family's going to be different. The problem that we have is, you know, we couldn't do a high school 4-day and a, you know, elementary intermediate 5-day. That just, it wouldn't work for a lot of different reasons. You know, buses, you know, all the things. But, you know, we're sitting here, we're talking about how giving kids rest. Well, how many of you know these kids that whenever they have a day off, they're staying up all night and sleeping all day, so their sleep schedule's off. So it's not going to give them any rest anyways. They're just going to have a free day to do whatever. So, I mean, it's hit or miss on a lot of it. And, you know, we're going to hear the negative more than we're going to hear the positive. We won't know the positive till afterwards. So.
Well, and how does this affect like absence the following week? Have we done any research on that as far as other schools that have done it? I don't know.
Well, I mean, with our hybrid calendar, have y'all seen that it's affected the absence, like after we're off on a Monday? Well, one thing our kids.
I'm just saying, like, families tend to like say, well, we'll get the 1 week and we're out.
Yeah.
No.
And then you go back on Monday.
A lady I was talking to, and
I'm just curious.
she's online, and she's with Lockheed Martin, and she said they went to attend a 4-day work week, and she said, and I didn't tell her anything about school, she was just telling me, she goes, and it just sucks your soul out. And she said, and the sad thing about it is, she said, here's 8 people in this conversation, and she said, at least 3 of them are holding a baby and feed the baby and leaving and taking care of the baby, and there's all different sized kids walking back and forth behind them all day long. They're not in school. They're homeschooled. And she said, it's real hard to have a meeting when somebody's having to go, excuse me, you're gonna change the diaper. So it's just at every level there's a problem. But
So we think that the 4-day is also beneficial to our students as far as that's going to give them rest, it's going to have them read. I mean, I don't know, that, I guess that's what I always go back to.
That's your hope.
I think what it is it'll give them the opportunity to have rest, because it's ultimately their choice.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just trying to wrap my mind around how less days is going to be beneficial to my child or to any child. If I was a parent, I'd be like, how is less days at the schoolhouse beneficial to my child?
They're not gonna have to continue to have that structure.
My kids will probably go to work, but, you know, that's different.
And that's kind of my concern too, like with the older kids.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
they're gonna
the
go to
parents
work.
are gonna say, you have a day off, you're not gonna sit around and do nothing, go to work.
Yeah.
And then,
I think
are they gonna get the rest they need? Are they gonna
if they're struggling in a class, are they gonna get that extra time to work on that stuff, even on their own? If they're gonna have to go to work, or even come back and go to
I
practice.
think they'll get a job.
Or
and
something.
they're
I mean,
less
just,
likely to-
I mean,
Yeah, practice or
still have
anything like
practices for
that.
athletics, if they have to go get a job, are they gonna be able to come back? Or,
Well, and that's something that I think coaches have always dealt with, you know, and y'all are gonna have to be the ones to establish those relationships with the players and the families, to have those conversations. I mean, you have told the story over and over about you've had to talk to them and say, hey, can you work on Sunday, let me have you Friday night, you know?
Well, and you know, when I was growing up, it was a different deal, and our parents had to go to games because they were working, and when we were off, they expected us to be working, and there's still, you know, the folks that have, from Mexico that's come in here, they're out working, and if that kiddo, they're gonna be a babysitter, or they're gonna be working, and if you're sitting there and some of your players sitting there going, Coach, Dad doesn't want me to play. And that's
So,
the big issue.
from a working mother, that I work my whole life, if I would have had, I had the opportunity to work until 2 or 3, because that's when I can run and get the kids. And it didn't feel like I was working because I was home, the kid was home. Now, if my kid was gonna be in school 4 or 5, and then I didn't have a babysitter on Friday. I mean, not a babysitter, but I didn't have a place for the child to go on Friday. That would have been a hardship for a working mom. So we have to take that into consideration too.
So this will start, what it looks like, after Thanksgiving,
No, after Christmas,
after Christmas.
when we get back from Christmas.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see it now, I'm sorry, I was reading wrong. Okay.
It starts, well, yeah, as soon as we get back from Christmas. The first Friday will be January 15th.
And I know y'all put a lot of thought in it and stuff, and I have too, and when a week doesn't go by, that I don't have it, and
Well, I know last year, 2 years ago, we went to the modified. We all sat here because we talked 4 days, and then we come in modified, and everybody said, let's go, and we did it. And seemed to rock and roll pretty good. Now, I wasn't too pumped up on Mondays, but it wasn't, I didn't do that job anymore, because I knew that'd be tough on Mondays. But it seemed like everything worked. And we were all in unison, and we had the issues with kids. We knew the things that were coming up. Well, we forged ahead, and then all of a sudden Comanche followed our lead, and some other people followed our lead. And I think because our attitude was, my memory's okay. I mean, long term's pretty good, short term's kicking my tail, but, you know, with age, but, we kind of jumped into it and we said, hey, let's do it. That's really interesting. We're always gonna have somebody that's gonna question what we do, but everybody kind of ran with it, and then everybody kind of adapted to it, and then we did it. And then as we did it for 2 years, we've kind of looked and saw that we had, you know, our junior high kiddos were getting cut short of workout day. You know, it's good to be in school on Friday so you can have the excitement of our athletic competition and all that, but the Monday, then our junior high kids weren't getting to work out, so they worked out Tuesday, Wednesday, played on Thursday. And so it really put us short. So then you go, and we talk to people and say, well, we go, you know, take on the previous calendar, if we took the Friday off, well, that made more sense, because then you had your junior high kids Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, played on Thursday. But then it's kind of awkward, because in the fall, everything's kind of happening, but then you look at the spring, and then you got, you know, you run the track on Thursday night, and then one kid doesn't have to get up early Friday morning. That's kind of the thought when you kind of look at, when we looking at some of this stuff. But I think when we went modified, we were excited about it, because it was change, it was something different. And we kind of felt like we were in the meeting of both worlds. That's what I recall. Now, tell me if I'm wrong.
What's the difference in the days, the number?
That's what
I was trying to
I
kind of
was
do the
having
math
it
real
written
fast.
on, I've gone through 1 million calendars over the last probably 8 weeks, and I had it written down, the difference, but.
Well, and you had mentioned, we did it, and they followed suit. Y'all are leaders, and the reason is, you can get on schooltexas.com or whatever, and you can see what everybody's grades are, you can see what they're paying their teachers, you can see it all right there. And when they were showing that, and I spent the night just looking, and people look at us because we're making the grades. The grades are there, and you know, we don't pay as much as others. In fact, there's some of them we're not even close to. So, yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. So if we're able to maintain what we're doing and educate the kids, keep the grades up high, and then figure out how we can pay our teachers more, that to me is a win. And so I really think that if it comes down to you're trying to coach somebody in and they're from Timbuktu, they're going, well, what do you got to offer? I said, well, we're going to give you this day off. It's like, well, how many minutes? Well, you're going to have the same minutes, but you're just going to be working for less.
Well, and we did, because I think we started, it was at the high school campus, and some of my teachers said, well, we've got some brand new first year teachers, ask them if it will make a difference. And we asked a couple of first year teachers on every campus, hey, would it make a difference if you were offered a job between this school district and this school district? Would it make a difference having those days off? And they said, most certainly.
How many have said that they would leave?
I didn't ask that question.
Yeah. You know,
I mean, we do a really, really good job, I feel like, in supporting our staff and really trying to make sure that they are successful, and I think that helps a lot with that.
well, see, in Gorman, I said, well, did you just kind of jump in? And I said, no, we really said, we were kind of skeptical about going into it and said, we weren't real sure about doing it, but we went ahead and we did it, and we didn't get the teachers, we lost teachers. And said, and that was kind of what our drive was, and you know, Gorman's kind of stuck over there, you know.
Well, and principals, y'all live on our campuses, you're there every day. You have a closer relationship where your staff would be more open probably to talk to you all than maybe to me, you know. Have you heard that any of them might leave if we do go to a 4-day at some point?
I can speak for the secondary campus. No, I mean, the first year teachers are excited. They're excited about going to 4-day week. At the secondary, in our position, Fridays is a big deal for us because we are struggling to find teachers because they're out going to a football game or they're going volleyball, and so that to us is a huge help. Yeah. Our kids
But it wouldn't help you in the fall. It
Yeah.
really help you in the spring.
Yeah. Well, and that's funny is because when it happens, it's in the spring.
Because of UIL, because all the other things.
Yes, we don't have issues in the fall.
You're limited
It seems
in the
like-
fall.
Yes.
But in the spring, we have so much more going on.
Yes, and so
There's
that's.
going on all the time.
Oh, yes, and so that does affect. So when I look at the calendar, either way, I'm gonna be here, I sleep up here. What I hear from the teachers is they like those Fridays off, especially the young ones. Now, our older tenured teachers, you know, change is hard. Change is hard. It's a struggle. And we do worry about, you know, feeding the kids and you know.
That was another one. I had a lot of them that were really concerned about about the kids that depend on that. And I know we have a backpack program, and they put food for the weekends. How's that work?
I remember like.
How does the backpack rate
No,
process?
I know how that works, but.
Well, if this is something that we decide to go to, Nakona is checking into some feeding programs through the state. But I would also talk to the Backpack Buddies program people and ask them if they would be able to get more on those days.
Because, I mean.
Because right now, I think when we do have days off, don't they put a little extra in there when we have?
Like before
days off?
Christmas, Thanksgiving, spring break, long weekends, their bags are a different color, they have extra for them.
Do you have any of your teachers that talk about they would leave if we did?
Thus far, no. No one has said that to me directly. We're concerned, like, okay, you know, change is different. So what would this look like? What would changes would we, you know, have to make to our curriculum? And, you know, just like anything else, we would adapt our curriculum to the needs.
Just like Ms. Lasso and Dr. B were saying, I get it, the newer generation teachers will love it, would love a 4-day, because that's.
They don't have kids.
Yeah, or they do, but they don't, you know, they don't want that. And like Dr. was saying, it's the older ones, the tenure teachers, not older, sorry. But
More
experienced.
experienced.
Our campus longer, I should say.
More
I mean,
experienced.
they will struggle, because we're human, nobody really likes change. It's hard, you have to adapt to it. But I know, like, you live up, all of you admin literally live on campus. I mean, and it seems like 5 days is not enough for all you do. It is just, you don't have enough hands as it is, and there's a lot you do. I mean, you're up here almost all night. I've seen Dr. B's car up here, I mean, till 10 o'clock sometimes. And there's just not enough hours. Cutting that day, is it gonna be worse? I mean, I know there's some kids that do say, I mean, even Olivia, I'm like, did you get this done? I didn't have enough time. I was gone all week doing all this extracurricular, I didn't have enough time.
Well,
And
they're
so
still in school the same amount of days, the same amount of minutes.
No, I'm saying when they take that day off.
Well, no, I know, but what you're saying like, I need that 5th day. But if you give them that.
No, I'm asking them.
Oh, okay, I'm
If
sorry.
they, no, I'm asking them, if that's just not only going those 4 days, is that gonna be enough? I mean, is that gonna take more time away from your home?
That's what's hard for me around, I'm not around, is how's lunch days, and you let you get your job done more efficiently and better. Like, if they
Without devoting-
They said, hey, Ray, we're gonna go 4 days, but you still gotta do the same amount of work in 4 days.
Yeah.
As you do in 5 days.
Is that taking time now away, more time away from your family?
Can I add to that? I had one,
So I'm just
one
asking,
teacher
you also do
that told me on a 3-day week, that would give him some planning time. Where he could spend the weekend or with a family time. And that one day, even if it was half a day, that would be his planning time.
I've had a couple teachers, and they are more experienced teachers. They said, you know, if we did go to a 4-day week, they would more than likely probably have to work some during that 5th day, but it would be at their leisure rather than getting up there.
I think most people have to work.
Okay.
I mean, I'll just be honest. I would have to more than likely be up here on. Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody here that's known or ignorant to the fact that you teachers, the hours you spend, coaches, not being on that, like getting actually paid for those hours. I don't think we're known.
I mean, there's a lot of teachers that work the 5 days that still work extra.
I'm just wondering,
Like she's
asking y'all's opinion on that, and I appreciate that. So
Yeah, that was what
that makes
they-
sense, right?
So in other
We'll
words,
relax.
the children will just be here 4 days, but the teachers will still have to work 5 days.
There's
and get
different-
paid
Well, teachers-
for
It
4
depends.
days.
It depends, if they,
No.
Teachers in general
They choose.
do
They
above and
choose.
beyond as far as what they.
I just have I have amazing teachers. I do. I have amazing teachers.
And that's why.
Teachers used to be, they had to work 180 days, and then when we got the district innovation plan, we were able to drop it down, and so we dropped it, but the pay is not good. They still make the same.
Okay, so let's just say, all right, and I'm just going on the street, let's just say, if we do the 4 day, hopefully it's just a tremendous success and everything goes smoothly and everything, people are happy, and, yeah, okay. And then the other flip side of that, what if it's just kind of like a not a good thing? And we really see bad results, Is everybody okay with going back to that? That's the problem, my concern would be, you can give, but it's hard to take it back.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, is there acknowledgement that if this is like, kind of like a failure for our community and our kids, and our scores start to drop, and, we can just see, negative, in our kids, our programs, our sports programs, as people understand that it's possible that we may go back to what we were doing?
I would hope so.
Okay.
I would make that very clear,
Right,
that,
so,
that we
right.
would, if this was not what was best and it didn't work out well for us, then we would definitely go back to what we had.
I'd like to see Comanche go first.
One more question. Let's say it's calendar C, we pass it, we go. So the first semester, 5 days, that's normal. We get into January where we start taking off the Fridays. And midway through that, we realize this was a terrible idea. Can we, in the February meeting, come back and reestablish the rest of the calendar? Like change it? Because I know if we like move days around, like let's say,
I would have to look into the rules on that.
Well, and the only reason-
But I know what we could do, just like, I mean, if we say, oh my gosh, our academics, we feel like are tanked and we're really, really struggling, well, we have kids that come to after school, before school, and during school tutorials right now. I mean, that's something we would look at, and if it was, I know these principals, I know there's a tested subject teacher back there, they're gonna have kids up there on Friday, and they're gonna be working.
Can I say this? What I'm getting around, anything that we decide, I have total confidence in you guys. I mean, y'all knock it out of the park regardless of what gets thrown at you. I mean, and that's not, I'm not just saying that, I'm not blowing smoke, I'm being completely honest. Y'all get thrown so many different curveballs, and y'all handle them. And, I don't really have a doubt that y'all will knock it out of the park. I don't. I think my part of questioning is more on the family life, the home life type side. I know you guys do a great job, so, just want to make sure that y'all clear on that, my thoughts on that.
Well, I'm piggybacking off that, Raymond, I'm glad you said that, because I would not have the confidence that we could be successful if we didn't have strong leaders in the place to lead and guide these strong teachers. And if I was in any other school district, I probably couldn't have that confidence to say, yes, we can make this work, we can make it successful. But I know our team across the district, and whatever calendar y'all decide that we should go with, what is best for our district, we will make it work, and we will be successful.
Yeah, and I see, when we were doing backpack buddies, and I was helping on years ago, if the kid didn't bring his pack back, he didn't get the food. And they were just distraught because that food wasn't really feeding them, it was feeding the whole family for the weekend. And so, you know, food's important. And that Friday, if it's like, well, we just won't eat on Friday, well, we'll eat on Friday.
I can say, so can I say something? I'm not trying to be rude or nothing, but I think that we have to have confidence also in our people that are on the front lines. They see our kids every day. They know their needs. They know if they're coming dirty, haven't had a bath in the day. I've heard so many stories of teachers having extra clothes in their desks for their students that they need, that don't need that. So I think in that part that's part of our adapting is they're the front line. They're going to give us information, and if there's a need for food, then I have no doubt that we will provide some type of program with our cafeteria people, like we did during COVID, where there was a line and people came and got their lunch. I know our school has our community in mind that much, so I do believe in that. So
Thank you for
sorry.
Well, it goes back to the, let's do the modified, we jumped into it.
Yep.
Everybody, if somebody needed something, we continue to do what we've done. We've taken care of the kids. We never batted an eye for 2 years. We didn't have one discussion up here whether it was good or bad. And really, we could have come up here and presented that modified schedule, and everybody had been good with it, we'd call it a day, and we'd already been out of here. But as we stretch to think, can we do this? And I know you keep bringing up one school, and I understand that. And I'll have a discussion with you later on that. But leadership is such a key to this whole deal. It doesn't matter if we went to school 2 days a week. Because of the people we have in charge, because of our teachers, we can do anything we want to do, and it's going to work. Because our attitude's good about how we work and how we do it and how we present it. Bottom line, if we didn't have the leadership, we wouldn't look at other things to do to enhance what we've got. You know, we made a statement that our kids work extremely hard, and that's attested to. They're early and they're late. Boy, you got a shot here. We did the modified, it worked pretty good. Coaches come up with a good deal because another school that's our size tried the 4-day week, and you're right, Coach, it didn't work. So what they're doing this year is they're going to go all the way in the fall, and then in the spring, try the 4-day week because of what Dr. V said. Those kids are so active, going from one-act play to the band ensemble to running track and doing everything, that maybe this would be a good thing. Instead of 2 days every month, they get 4 days in the month in the spring. And that's all we're doing. We're outside the box here, and we could never even present this. And we mentioned it because of our strength of where we're at, teachers, administrators, and really, we're included in that because we're a pretty optimistic bunch about what we want for our kids. Nobody's downplaying anything, but we are trying to stretch, kind of like building an ag barn, man, with $300,000. It's going to happen. We'll get the thing built, and we're going to have a good time building. It's not going to be a stressful deal, but our attitude will reflect how successful we are in that endeavor. Just like if we choose to go 4 days in spring, it'll be successful, and then you can reevaluate at the end. You say, well, how was it? Was it good? Was it bad? What are positives? Because we didn't even attempt to even, before this was mentioned, nobody was talking about, we need to reevaluate the calendar, the modified calendar we had. No, because everybody said, oh, that's good. Why are we changing that? I made a statement because it worked. Man, this thing about teachers is that job. If you're a bona fide administrator, teacher, man, it is not the same picture every day. And they're constantly having to hit a moving target because you don't know where that kid's coming from. He could have had a great night, or he could have had a bad night, but we're going to love him, take care of him, we're going to be involved, and it's going to be awesome. Man. And there's more on this, on these guys nowadays without even a calendar discussion. There's so much more going on in the classroom and so much more going on in the community that our kids are involved in, that good or bad, that we're having to deal with, and helping parents educate your kids with us. So there's so many, that moving target is so hard. This job is tough. And we're blessed. And like I said, I didn't know if any discussion would have come up with the modified. We're just rocking along. Everybody getting 2 days off a week, month. Everything was good. So we said, let's try 2 more days.
Okay, so when we did the modified, we did that for the same reason, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did.
And so by doing the modified, we filled all the spots, right? And so.
Well, we did absorb a girls' coach last year that we couldn't, we've added back. So, yeah, just almost.
So, and it looks like we're getting our folks signed up, which is good. Now, the guy might hear about it, he might come over and, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I have one question, and thank y'all for answering these questions from us, but do y'all think that when we go to this, I know that like in the spring, I always thought football season was really busy during that fall season. That has no it does not compare to me, in my opinion. I know some folks may say, man, the last 6 to 8 weeks have been just crazy with all, I mean, there's so much going on right now. I can't believe it. I don't know how y'all do it, but anyway, my question is, do y'all believe that having this day off would put our teachers that we've hired in front of our kids more? As far as like not having to go on that Friday, right, to go, I mean, because we're already telling them to go drive a bus or to go take them somewhere or do whatever. Do you think this will make it like more able for them to put 4 solid days a week in front of them?
Well, they would have 15 minutes longer those 4 days.
I guess that's our goal, right, is to get our teachers that you vetted, that you said, hey, not saying that our substitutes aren't qualified or not, but
they're not.
We want our teachers to have that.
And that's kind of part of what I think what Dr. D was trying to say a while ago.
Right.
There's so much going on in the spring. That's one less day. And I know you mentioned last time about subs being worried, but we don't have enough. There's a lot of times we don't have enough subs on those Fridays when there's so much stuff going on.
And the teacher has to take time to make those plans for the sub, then grade those papers when they were out, because the sub doesn't do that.
I think there's a point there where you could say that our teachers would not be over here thinking about what they gotta do tomorrow, Friday, so much that they can focus on giving them a better curriculum, a better day in class. I don't know, I think there's something to be said about that also.
Well, I'm gonna say I appreciate our board because we can have open, honest, transparent discussions. And if we vote for calendar C or if we vote for calendar D, I know we're gonna walk out of here as a united team and we're gonna work together as a united team. So thank you all for.
And I do like the fact that you're not just jumping into the beginning, first day of school, we're gonna do this. It's gonna be worked into, kids and parents will be able to be like, hey, sending stuff home to them, be prepared for the schedule change, that kind of thing. I think that's a very smart addition too, so.
So as far as today, what we have to vote on is either C or D. That's it.
Yes.
One of those two.
Yes. We have to have a calendar.
Well, I've been told one time, the way you vote, 50 people are gonna hate, 50% are gonna hate, 50%.
So here we go. Ms. Summers, are you confident in calendar C that we can test it and see if it'll work?
I told you, we will make either calendar work and we will be successful.
Okay. Admin, I know Mrs. Carr's not here, but are you confident in having like the second semester Fridays off to give it a try?
Which one would y'all rather have, C or D?
Well, we always say this, it doesn't really matter to us because we live here, right? So,
But it's like, are you confident in the possibility it might work?
Our teachers are strong, and we're gonna put a good plan together, and whatever you decide, we're gonna make it work.
So, and the flip side, that you're gaining days on the front end that first semester that you would have been out of school to push yourself ahead.
Right.
and can I say something on behalf of the special ed part of it? When we have, in the spring, when we have a lot of teachers out, that affects my special ed population because we don't have the subs, okay? So now we're pulling aides.
This is off the record, Wendy.
Yeah, it's on the video.
I'm just saying.
Turn your pause button on.
And that is true because it affects the secondary campus.
Very intentional.
Yeah, we have to be very intentional on who we pull and who we don't pull. So I just wanted to say that because you were correct and Dr. V is correct. It gets tight. We do not have the amount of subs that we need and we never, ever, ever will. Ever.
And it's across the district.
It is. It
We
is.
blame it on Norma because it's so busy out there. They take a lot of.
I mean, there's time, well, and there's times like where I will go and fill in, or my assistant will go in and fill in because we don't have a sub and we have to provide those minutes.
I filled in a few times.
Yes.
I mean, as somebody who covers you guys on a regular basis, and Coach Hardcastle can back me up on this, we've had to reset pictures for athletics, like spring sports, like 5 and 6 times because it's just so busy in the spring. I don't have a dog in the spot, I don't have a kid here, but I have a schedule and a calendar that, like, if you're gonna do it, the spring makes sense.
Okay, present one to us and then we'll vote. Okay, what do y'all think? Coach?
I mean, overwhelming popularity of C, so why not give it a try? I truly believe that if our staff is confident in it, that they'll make it work. The kids that need to be fed will be fed, because the people that are concerned will feed them. I say
Teachers be in the classroom with their kids. Okay, Angelica?
I'll be honest, when we first started talking about this, I was real hesitant, and I was like, there's no way. And because I have been approached as well by community and teachers. But I believe in our staff. I honestly do. Our admin is, like we've said, rave about them, are amazing. And they, like Ms. McNichol said, they will make it work because they love our kids so much. And it's different because I'm not in their shoes. And if they're willing to just give all their time and everything to these students, and we have to hear them. We do. We have to let them know they're being heard. And maybe it's just, like I was saying, the change that I fear also. And maybe I'm thinking maybe that's the people that have approached me, maybe that's it too. Just something different, the change. So if we're given the choice tonight to vote between C or D, and we can go back to what we are today, if it doesn't work, how we feel that the intentions that we have are gonna be, then I would say C.
Well, I can guarantee you, these leaders in the audience would come to me probably before I ever even had a conversation with any of you if there was concern. And they would say, this is bad, we gotta do something. You know, like they're so on top of the curriculum, the instruction, the data, where the kids are, where the teacher is, that they're so in tune with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I guess my comment is, I'm kind of like Angelica. Whenever this first was presented, I pretty much didn't find anything positive. I was like, no, it's not, I'm not gonna vote for it. But now we're having these great conversations. I think that's a blessing to be able to hear from everybody. And I really feel like if we don't have the confidence in our staff, and like she's saying, and kind of and listen to what they're telling us, and I guess I had a boss when I was like 18 years old, and one thing he told me was I think he was leaving or something, but he said the one thing that's constant is change, and that's always stuck with me, and so I know things are always going to be changing, and I do appreciate the fact that it's not just the full year, we're going to jump into it, and hopefully people can see this, that we do expect it to, work, not only work, but be successful. We're not gonna do stuff just to do stuff, right? So I don't think anybody does that here. I don't think we got a lot of type A grade people that, we're gonna change something, we're changing it, and we're gonna find out if it works. And if it doesn't work, then we need to change, we might have to change it again, right, and make it work. So I have confidence in that, so I think I'm gonna have to say C, and there's probably gonna be, like I said, some people say that, because I probably said previously that I wasn't for it, but I appreciate y'all's input on all of this. Yeah, I would have to say C.
Mr. Martineau?
One thing I have a little concern is about the parents, what are they going to do with the children on Friday. I know young mothers that have to work, and where they're going to, probably have to put them in daycare, or the older children will take care of that. So, for that reason, I'll probably vote calendar B.
Well, and I tell you, one thing about y'all, whether it was COVID, whatever, y'all adjusted and you made it work. And that's what's great about teachers. Y'all are not really here for the money. Well, okay, the money's all right, but you're here for those kids. And I'm here for those kids. And when in our there are so many single moms out there. It just kills me because there's single moms that have 2, some of them more kids, and they're working and they're trying to take care of those kids. And then if all of a sudden that kiddo's they don't have a place to take it, they don't have the money. They don't have the means. My son and I he was mowing yards today and building a fence for 3-0. We spend a lot of time helping these single moms out, and they're everywhere. But guys, you mess it up. But I think that, right now, the economy's tough. I don't know how you go to the grocery store and buy for kids, and if you're the only breadwinner going, but if I went with C, I think that all the folks that have called me, come in, brought the kids in, they can't adjust. Y'all can adjust, they can't adjust. So I'm gonna go with you.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of a progressive in some things, and I'm going with what we did the last 2 years. We went modified. Nobody complained here. Everybody went with it, thought it was a good deal between a 4-day and a 5-day. We went modified, we jumped in it, rock and roll. There's always challenges in anything that we present. But I really think this is a good thing that we can look at. Doesn't work in doesn't work in the spring, and we can always go back. We can go back to a modified, we can go back to full 5 days. But I think this is something, as hard as our kids work and as hard as our teachers work, I think productivity in the classroom will be stronger because you got 4 days to get it done. I watched my own 2 kids work their tail end off for 4 days, and single mom with 2 kids. Now she was teaching, but I gave her an opportunity to be with her kids on Friday and slow the pace instead of just having Saturday, and especially if they were going off to their dads, she still had a chance to have them with them. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on, but I think this is worth a shot. I think it'll be good for our district. I'm an old dinosaur in a lot of ways, but I keep trying to see how that pendulum moves to see where things are. I had a wise superintendent that been in the business a long time, and he called me in. Norman was his administrative assistant. I'd go get her for lunch because we were on the same building, and he'd say, "Bob, education pendulum swinging back again. It's coming back." And when I listened to that, I remember how they took all the ag mechanics, automotive, all that out, because Ross Perot said we all go to college. And now if you notice, we have welding, we have all our building trades, all that's coming back and teaching our kids some things. So that pendulum swings. Is it a fix all? No. Is people going to have challenges? Yes. It's going to be a challenge for teachers to cover the material. But I also remember when we got here, we went 5 days a week, we had a long class day, and we were in trouble with the state. But we knew our kids weren't going to get to work at home. So we had to keep them at school. Then we had to push back for tutorials after school. Said it couldn't be done. And the parents, no, my kids spend enough time at school, until they found out their kids were successful. And then, because we stayed persistent with them. And then, when they found out their kids were successful, they said, "This is no problem, leave my kid after school. They'd stay another hour or 2. So when we changed the mentality of what we're doing, I don't think this is a bad thing. It's a little bit outside the box, because really, Breck's the only school I know that's actually doing it like this. There is, and I've talked to people that are in 4-day schools that are kicking the crud out of the test. And there's still coaches, teachers are having a little bit of downtime on Friday, even if they got a contest that night, that they can relax a little bit before that contest comes. And I just think this is going to, they talk about mental health all the time, and they talk about how important it is now. I think that's pretty big. But I think this will be a good move for teachers. I think it'll be a good move for students. And they'll have to work a little different. They got assignment on Thursday, got to have it on Monday. Those will be challenges, because that'll be 3 days. I know how tough it was for me when I took calculus. Don't know why I did that. Well, I did, but I took it in the summer, went every day. It's another story. All right, everybody good? And I appreciate everybody.
Can we get a motion?
I know that.
This is probably like the third or fourth hardest vote that I've ever done.
It is. It is tough.
Very big.
All right, I'm gonna put the motion out there. All in favor of calendar C? There's a motion. Huh? Do we have a motion? Oh, it says I moved to approve
Mr.
26,
President,
27.
I move to approve the 26-27 calendar C as presented.
Thank you. We have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Brandon seconds it. Any more discussion? Any more discussion?
No.
Everybody good? All in favor? Okay. Appreciate everybody. Tough deal. But it'll be a good deal. All right. Let's see. Consider an act on a resolution proclaiming 4 through 8 to be Teacher Appreciation Week.
This is always the week that we look forward to every year, and that we get to celebrate our amazing teachers because they put in so much time and effort and energy into educating and loving and caring for our kids. And so we have a lot of different things planned for them this week, but I would like to recommend that we make 4th through the 8th Teacher Appreciation Week, and we have a resolution.
I'm good.
Okay, we got a motion on the floor. Second, Angelica. Any discussion? All in favor? And cooking burgers.
Yes, yes.
All right. Number 15, deliberation and possible action on whether purchasing buses equipped with 3-point seatbelts fits within the district's budget.
So the first topic we will talk about, we had to do 2 things, the state said. They said you need to get a cost estimate on what it would cost to replace buses with new buses that are already equipped with seat belts. And we did that cost analysis, and to replace all of our buses with new buses would cost the district $1,518,383 to replace all school buses that are not equipped with seat belts currently.
3-point seat belt.
3-point seat belts, not just any old seat belt.
Right.
A 3-point seat belt. And then the next estimate was, how much would it cost to have all the buses that don't have 3-point seat belts retrofitted to have 3-point seat belts? And that cost would be $386,000, $856.70, which both estimates are a lot of money that we do not have budgeted. The state wanted us to say that we would either replace the school buses or retrofit them, or that we didn't really have the money in our budget to complete that. I don't know what the state will do next, if they are going to provide that money to school districts, or if they're going to gradually phase it in, or if it's something any new school bus that's purchased from this point on has to have a 3-point seatbelt, which we are already doing that anyway. I'm not sure which.
So this isn't actually purchasing or redoing the bus, this is just, here's the estimates, and we either have funds or we don't. Well, and we don't.
I put in there as an attachment what our budget that you guys adopted is, so that y'all can see that.
But it was
And
not
then
enough.
on the second action item for retrofitting, our Bluebird guy that we talked to, sent me a letter and he said, please make sure that your board sees this from Bluebird, that they do not recommend retrofitting a bus, because what Clyde has told me, when they go in and change those, they don't just go in and change the seats or add seat belts. And I don't know, don't quote me on this, I don't know if it's on all of the buses, but the buses, some of the buses, if not all, will have to, like, they take the floor and everything out. So it has to have a new floor, and then new seats have to go in those. And so I tried to give y'all a detailed, on the retrofitting, I tried to give y'all a detailed report of, you know, these are the buses we have that have 3-point seatbelts. These we don't. This is the cost to convert a 2-point seatbelt to a 3-point seatbelt, or a lap belt to a 3-point seatbelt. So I tried to give y'all as much information as we could gather on this kind of what if
If we have a
situation.
bus that's 10 years old, and then you put all that money into it.
Right.
That's, you know,
Yes,
years
how
old.
much are you gonna get out of that fixing? Yes, yes.
I think we wait till they come up with a solution to how they start.
All our buses are safe according to what previous law. I mean, it's not like we're running some, like, not safe buses on the road, I mean.
Yeah, they do get inspected every year. Yes, they have to be inspected.
Glenda is a driver, so I understand.
That bus is.
It's just something about the bus that is still safe.
So we basically have 11 buses that are not up to their, whatever standard they're presenting.
The 3-point seatbelt standard.
So we
yes.
have 8 with no seatbelts and 3 with 2-point seatbelts.
Yes.
See what I would like to say.
Yes.
So, we can move not to do anything.
Yes.
I like that motion.
So we need an action item on replacing, and then or a motion to replace, yes or no, and then we'll need a motion to retrofit.
So two different motions.
Yes.
We don't know what to do.
Say the motion out, whatever you want to say. So we can.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything.
Yeah, we don't.
I know. So Pat made the motion not to replace with new buses,
I second
and Blanca seconded.
All in favor?
Yes.
Okay,
Now we need a motion either to retrofit or not retrofit.
I make the motion
to not retrofit.
okay, Jason, and a second over here, any discussion, all in favor? Okay, all right.
I'm glad I did all that work for y'all to just shoot me down.
Bluebird wants us to buy some new buses.
Yeah.
They're only about 150 grand a bus. Yes.
All right.
Oh, we do have a new transit van coming, not new, because we can't buy new, but an additional one because we're driving the wheels off the current one that we have. And we did budget for one this year too. It should be here this week, speaking of.
All right, no closed session, so we'll jump to number 19.
Yes, future meetings, future, yes.
Yes. Yes, number 19.
We had originally scheduled May 18th for our May meeting, but we will have to canvass the election by May 13th. And it's gonna be a really quick turnaround, but instead of having two different meetings, would y'all be opposed if we had our May meeting on May the 11th? So we don't have to do May the 11th and May the 18th.
Yeah, good. Is that good with everybody?
It's hard this time of year because there's so many banquets and awards and all that, so. But I think the Summers and I looked at the calendar and we didn't see anything on there.
Y'all are having a maybe 7th grade, 6th grade meeting, 8th grade, something, parent meeting that night.
Or May 11th.
Oh,
We'll all be at the 6th grade parent meeting.
So it would close at 5?
Yeah.
maybe I'll have the talent show.
Say May 11th.
Is that doing a gig?
The day that we're doing our.
There is a talent show.
Oh,
See?
well,
So we'll say May the 11th.
We'll just be our
Maybe
maybe
up
to
5:15
at 6.
Hustle over?
Yes, 6 o'clock.
All right. Oh. Angelica, number 20.
Mr. President, I move to adjourn at 8:35 p.m.
First, we got a second, got a third. All in favor? Good, we're out of here.